13-yard line here. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Again, it's Kamara. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. You look at the defense for these Texans. They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. Loose inside the 30. And down to the 16-yard line. A big play there out of Kamara. 47 yards. And I don't want to harp on it, but this defense among the bottom in the league against the run, and they show it right there.
And it doesn't matter when you get prepared for this defense, whether you're good running the ball or not. That's your plan. Run the ball against them. That's their weakness. And by the way, I think you harped on it.
I did. My bad. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now a toss. Kamara left side. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now Carr. Flushed out right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Right now.
Throw left side, taken in by Rodgers. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. They'll get this out to Kamara. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Texans take over 1st and 10. They're on the 17-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Let's go.
2nd down and 6 now.
Hey. Ready?
Stroud off the play fake. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 7. Carr going to throw. They'll roll him out right. Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Carr drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. There comes the Saints punter now. Back deep is Tank Dell. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Check that.
Remember, they had the safety go against them the last time they had it. Fortunately, their defense just forced the punt, so they'll try again as they start 1st and 10. Stroud out of the gun here. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there, He wisely gets rid of it.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Carr now on first down. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. This time, the extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Texans 7.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready?
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
70 Ranger. Ready?
Stroud to throw it. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Ready, ready.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
79 Broncos. 18 Pioneer. Ready, ready.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Big strides. Look at him go. Touchdown, Houston. Dalton Schultz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw his Carr. He lets it go deep for Olave. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
He lets it go deep for Olave. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This kick to shatter the NFL record, a 69-yard attempt. And now the half not quite over yet. This is a live football on the miss. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
On the jump.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he is going to have the Texans first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. That is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Well, they'll go play action here with Stroud. Airing it out deep for Woods. They intercept Stroud again, the third time in this game. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Carr. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Partner took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
Throwing now is Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
On first down, Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
6-18.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He lets it go deep for Olave. And that will be incomplete. He left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 1, if people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
No! Viking 18. Ready.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He finds his man, complete. It's Beck. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Hurt! Hurt! Right there, hurt! Go!
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line.
Down! What's up?
That's caught right side by Rodgers. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Here's Carr. Open man downfield is Johnson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
At this point on the field, a lot of play callers have a little trepidation. They're just thinking about running off tackle, quarterback sneaks, anything to try and create a little bit of room. But those aggressive play callers, they think to themselves, this is the right place to take a shot. And they do, and boy, are they successful.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Here's Carr to throw. Forced out to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Quick throw to Olave. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Carr now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When there's extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 23. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Texans will take over.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team.
Ready, set. Check, check.
Give left side for Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Yeah, man, it's caught inside the 10. A huge play there for Houston. 48 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Stroud. This is caught. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
Here we go, shot. Roll, roll, roll. Alert, alert.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag.
Let's go.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
Cowboy 80. Trap 60, trap 60. Warrior 70. Rig alert,
In motion
rig alert.
right, that's Collins.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready.
3rd and goal, Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. Robert Woods from 8 yards out. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. But this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No yardage. Okay. And this will wind up a Saints 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 86 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Here's Kamara trying to run for it.
But sometimes, Brandon, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
From midfield, here's Carr. Flush to his right. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 40. The 3rd down conversion successful, a gain of 11.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here comes 2nd down. Now Carr steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson.
And we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter. And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give your...
There he goes, right side. He's to the 15. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1 yard line. And that run right there just what the doctor ordered.
You're talking about putting it all together for your offense because no big run happens unless everyone does their job. And now you're thinking about ending the football game because you're in field goal range.
What a dandy this has been. Here's Pierce. Will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1 yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
93.
Carr to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his target. It's Olave. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's second down. Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. First and 10. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if the tackle happens inbounds.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Throwing his Carr. Right to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now as to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll.
Ready!
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Houston, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.